Alright, today I'm going to show you the internals of my Classic Army SAS M7. This is a sportline model of the AK by Classic Army. I'll start out with the spring guide here. It's plastic. It's normal. A little bit better quality as you know compared to the Echo ones. But I don't know. It's just a spring guide. The spring, which is not attached to the piston, just any normal, I believe it's a M100 spring. And the piston is pretty much a Tokyo Marui piston. This is like exactly what you find in Tokyo Maruis. So that's actually pretty good for the price, Tokyo Marui. The other thing I noticed was, the side, oh, it is shimmed. Alright, yeah. But the sector gear, this is actually, I believe, here, I'll show you. This is a Tokyo Marui one. So, this looks just like the Tokyo Marui one. So, pretty much, you have a Tokyo Marui piston and Tokyo Marui sector gear, which leads me to believe that, well, they obviously took some parts from Tokyo Marui, put them into these, which I guess you could see as a plus, but personally I don't like Tokyo Marui. I believe they're overpriced for what you get. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I was going to do the cylinder. Give me 1 second here, I got to take that out. See if I can set you up here. There we go, that's pretty good. Oh, don't fall over. Okay, there we go. Okay. Huh. Wow. Okay, anyways, the cylinder head here, well, the cylinder, I'll just point out, very light. I don't particularly like it. I like more heavy duty like this. This is really heavy duty. This is brass, and this is probably aircraft aluminum, which I can pretty much bend right with my fingers right here. And I probably could break it if I wanted to, but I don't, because obviously I don't want to break it. Anyways, but yeah, very cheap. This is how they cut the cost. What they did is they actually made the body a little bit cheaper, and the barrel is made of the same material, which cut the cost, because obviously the brass is nicer and more sturdy, so that would cost more. So yeah, that, like I said, cheap. Air nozzle and cylinder head, very good quality. The cylinder head is a single O-ring, which you find on most AEGs. But this actually, let me show you here. This is the Tokyo Marui one for an MP5, so obviously it's a little longer. But yeah, you see how this one is pretty much exactly the same right here. This, I'm pretty much starting to think that these are like rip-offs of Tokyo Maruis, which is a good thing because the price is right. The only thing difference is the motor and cylinder and the bevel gear. But oh yeah, even the tappet plate. This is a Tokyo Marui tappet plate. At least it's the style of one. See here, it says AK. You probably can't see that. It says AK SIG. It's black. These are Tokyo Marui ones here. See, this one's stock from Tokyo Marui. It looks exactly the same, except for the fact for its MP5 version 2. But it's labeled MP5, just as this is labeled AK/SIG. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same. So pretty much, if you replaced this and the bevel gear, which says Classic Army on it, you could mistake it for Tokyo Marui. It's that good quality. However, I don't really think highly of Tokyo Maruis. I think, like I said earlier, they're just overpriced. I think they should be mid-level AEGs, so they should lower their price. People are actually starting, the wholesalers are starting to fade them out in America because there's not enough money to be made. Yeah. Another thing I noticed here, let me. Okay, here, this is I believe this is a stock Classic Army. This is the shell. You can see how it's looks pretty sturdy on here. I'm sorry, this is same difference. Yeah, like you can tell it's pretty nice. Looks like it'd be more solid than this. This is the Sportline. This is obviously lighter. I think it's made of a cheaper material. Yeah. The anti-reverse latch, as on all AGs, is pretty much the same, except for the CFs. No, it's not labeled XYT, which is a good thing, because XYT is where a lot of mid-level AGs get their well, that's where they get their parts from. So yeah, here I'll just compare. This is from an Echo one, and this is a different version gearbox, but you can tell the quality is different here. Oh, that's one thing. Anyways, I also found this cheap piece of plastic in there. I do believe that that's from this, which obviously the tabs on the bottom are not very good quality because they snapped. See, only one. So I guess I don't think very highly of this. Like I said earlier, looks good, but I guess it's cheap plastic as well. So yeah, those are just some of the internals. Oh, the motor, never got to. This is a high torque motor. It's not blue like the other ProLine models, so my guess is they cut cost on that too and made it a Sportline version, which obviously they did because it's a Sportline gun. Yeah. So this is the bevel gear, nothing really special except for Classic Army on it. The bushings I find are just as good as the ones found on the on the ProLine series. Yeah. Oh, the wiring. The wiring is also different. It's not as silicone-y and smooth. It's more rough. It's the same as you find on any Echo 1 or JG. But yeah. So, thank you for watching. This is the internals of a Classic Army SAS M7. I will just kind of go over it here for you. Yeah, so there's piston and stuff up there.